KDB.
Beats Planet.
Man, listen, Chad. Listen, man. I just got a different little energy today. I got a different little feel today. You know what I'm saying? Because for some odd reason, Master William, the internet looks a little different. You know what I mean? The landscape looks a little different. You know what I mean? Sometimes you can see, you know, what I hate about the internet sometimes is you can see through text, right? Well, you can see when people have a little bit of bass in their voice. You know what I mean? You can just see when the bass just pops up on their text sometimes. You know what I mean? Sometimes they'll even call you an idiot. They'll say, "Oh, Will Steele, you an idiot. XYZ quarterback 2, boom, 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 boom." And you just go, all right. But somehow when we're proven correct, we can't find these people, Will Steele. We can't find these people nowhere. They just poof right into the air. We just can't run across these people anywhere. They're just gone bye-bye. I'm like, damn, what happened to all the critics and detractors? Will Steele, what happened to all those people? You know what I mean? But I just constantly tell people in this chat, I'm gonna constantly tell people when I run into them in these streets, I'm just gonna keep my message the same, man. Stay focused, bro. If you simply stay focused on your own plate, you ain't got nothing else to worry about, bro. You're going to get a bunch of noise, a bunch of hearsay, a bunch of naysayers and detractors. No matter how much information comes out, you are going to run into some nonsense. And this nonsense is incredibly quiet in the streets. But you'll be so caught up in the nonsense, you don't even realize how quiet it is in the streets. You're supposed to enjoy the quiet in the streets. Well, Steele, can you believe on my game day live show, right? On the live watch party. Yo, Washington football wizard fan called my show. Yeah. And I was like, boy, you better not let the Bears come back and beat you. I'm going to come back trolling. Good thing I didn't read into that shit. Good thing I didn't read into that, man, because that would have been a waste of my energy and my time, Will Steele. You feel me? It would have been a waste of my energy and my time, bro. The Washington, let them do their thing with Heineke and them. You know, they losing to Cooper Rush and shit. You know, shouts out to Cooper Rush. He quarterback too, but whew, that dude. Let me not get too focused, man, because Will Steele, I don't want to I don't want to get hyperbolic about what I saw on offense, Will Steele. Let me just introduce the show before we get going. I'm your host. Will Steele, will you let me finish? You let me finish? Will you let me finish? You don't mind, sir? Will you let me finish? I'm your host. The Lombardicus, VOCHLOMBARDI. I'm being point guarded by the best in the business.
What does he do?
Pass it to Will.
Yes.
Master William.
Everybody going down.
What's good with you, sir? First of all, before we get started.
I'm not pressing no buttons. I had something in my head I was working on, but damn it, you got it, bro. You got it.
All right, cool. Don't worry about it. Listen, chat, I just want everybody to, you know what I mean? I just want everybody to stay focused, man. I don't want to be hyperbolic here, Will Steele, but what I saw from my Cowboys, right? What I saw from my Cowboys offense in particular, it made me think away, right? And I know that the Bears ain't that trash. You know what I mean? The Bears, we're better than them. We're more talented than them. You know what I mean? We should take care of that easily, but the Bears ain't that trash. I refuse to look in the chat, Will Steele, because I refuse to look at the chat.
I'm so sorry. Why would you start the damn show like that, bro?
I just wanted to do something a little different, man. I just wanted to do a little.
That was great.
Because you want to know why, Will Steele? Kellen Moore was there. Got a little. That's why you're not allowed to miss shows, because then you'll get that call back. You know what I mean? Kellen Moore got a little bit of that in the system, Will Steele.
Somebody in my chat earlier said Kellen Moore he got some cooter. Yeah. But,
hey, must have been something.
Must have been something. That scoreboard said,
I'm a man. I'm 40.
Drop that 40 burger on their ass, didn't we?
Well, let me tell you something, man. Besides us getting over aggressive in a CeeDee Lamb mishap going into the second quarter, and besides the 3 and out coming out of the third quarter, this offense did not miss one time. And this offense made me think about something, Will Steele. Chat, let me ask you a question. Are there any Griselda, Benny the Butcher fans in the chat? This one, as I was thinking about my offense, Will, I was thinking about this one rap line, this one set of lines that I hear from Benny the Butcher. It's on a song called I Took the Money to the Plug House, right? And I'm about to just play a little bit of it. I'm not going to play it too long because this shit will get sniped, right? But this line made me think about the offense and the Cowboys in particular and what it means moving forward. Here's the line.
He made his first 10 bands, let's applaud the brother. If you do that 10 times, now you want it.
And we're going to cut it off right there because we don't want no copyright infringements. You make your first 10 bands, let's applaud the brother. But you do that 10 times, boy, you own the something. I just want to play it again, man. I just want to play it. Come on, I just want to play this one more time, chat, because this gonna be the center of my message here.
He made his first 10 bands, let's applaud the brother. If you do that 10 times, now you want it.
Benny the Butcher is alluding to the idea that in the game that he's in the drug game that he's in, right? We understand how incredibly hard it is to make 10 bands. It's hard to make 10 bands, especially if you're a street corner guy, if you're a nickel and dime guy. 10 bands is hard to make. But if you make those 10 bands, you indeed deserve And applause. You deserve an applause if you get your 10 bands, right? But when you go up to that next level, Will Steele, 10 bands is nothing. You can't consider yourself a boss for real until you get to that 100 mark. You know what I mean? 10 bands is nothing to a boss. 10 bands is a lot to a corner hustler. It's a lot to a nickel and dimer. But when you get to the big levels, you play around with just 10 bands, Will Steele. This made me think about my offense, right? What we did versus the Bears is to be applauded, Will Steele. We dropped as many points on the Chicago Bears as anybody has dropped on the Bears. And for an even more nuanced point, Will Steele, the league in general ain't really scoring points. And the Cowboys are one of those teams that have put up 49 points on any team in general. Let's applaud the brother. You put up 49 points, offense. Will Steele, if the Cowboys do that shit 13 more times.
Bro, you're going to be in Houston locked up, or be in Dallas locked up, and we just going to be calling each other from different, penitentiaries.
Man, ain't gonna be nobody left to get me out of jail. Me and you gonna be in jail playing dominoes for ramen noodles if they do that 13 more times. And I picked that number in particular, right? And I said this, Will, because even when quarterback 2, as great a job as he did, I'm giving him credit, right? Even when quarterback 2 was winning games for us, Will Steele, we still had this idea that, you know what, this defense cannot be invincible for 17 games. You know what I mean? This defense is going to be elite sometimes. This defense is going to be really good sometimes. This defense is going to be cool, but there's going to be points scored at some point. It happens, Will. Somebody going to score points at some point. No disrespect to Cooper Rush. He did his job. If he played yesterday, we lose that game. I just don't have faith that Cooper Rush could put up points like that. I understand giving the ball to Tony Pollard was a lot of it. But Kellen and Dak did some shit together as a unit.
Yes, they did.
Kellen and Dak as a unit did some shit. Somebody on Twitter was like, oh, Kellen Moore ain't did this all year. Well, son, no shit. No shit. I bet he hasn't. But them ingredients got a little better. I took my girl to Papa Do's yesterday, Will Steele.
Hey, shout out to Papa Do's.
Took my girl to Papa Do's, man. I've had shrimp and grits millions of times. Oh, but when the ingredients are better, you taste it. Kellen Moore had some ingredients yesterday, Will Steele. And boy, if them dudes, Kellen Moore, if you want to be a legend, if you never want to buy a beer again, Kellen Moore, all you need is 13 more bags that look just like that. But this is why it's important, though, Will Steele. The 13 bags that we need from Kellen Moore ain't got to be like the bags that we asked of him last year. They don't have to be that, Will Steele. They got to be a version of that, of course. But this thing is still going to be defensive-led. This thing is still going to be defensive-led. I don't need to be the number one offense in the league no more. I know what that feels like, Will Steele. You understand what I'm saying? CeeDee Lamb had 77 or so yards yesterday. Wasn't it like 77 yards and a touchdown, something like that, Will Steele?
Indeed.
I don't need a 150-yard receiver, Will Steele. I know what that looks like. I know what that looks like. I don't need the best tight end in the league. Jason Witten was here for a long time. I know what that looks like. I'd rather spread it around amongst 3 now. You feel me? I don't need to know what that looks like. I've been there before. It's always good to drop 49 on a motherfucker. I don't care how many times you've done that. I don't care how many times you do it. It feels great when you drop it. But Will Steele, if you simply keep this defense elite and fix whatever impediments that you got to fix on this defense. Half of it was Jalen Hurt, not Jalen, same motherfucker, same dude. Half of it was Justin Fields getting first downs. If you stop if you contain better and cut down on that Justin Fields first down thing that he did with his legs that pissed me off, and you cut down on dope head penalties. And look, man, sometimes the referees just gonna do extra shit, but you just got to be a little more careful, right? Like, if you can't hit a quarterback in the head, but you hit him in the chest, they might call that. Just hit him in the sternum. I understand when you're running full speed, it is what it is, man. We can't do nothing about the referees' calls that we can't help. We can't help that they took back Diggs' interception. That's on them. We can help jumping off sides. You understand what I'm saying? We can help the bonehead shit. If we cut down on that, Will Steele, and our offense do that 13 more times, Will Steele.
He made his first 10 bands, let's applaud the brother. If you do that 10 times, now you on to something.
Will Steele, the Cowboys on to something if we do that. Cowboys on to something if we could do that. If we can just get healthy in this bye week and go on this run, we look like a playoff team, Will Steele.
Oh, 100%.
You want to know the scary part about it? Like the funny part about it is when we get to the playoffs, like Geno Smith will be there. You know what I mean? Daniel Jones might be there. You know what I'm talking about? You know, like the 49ers will be there. I can't wait to see them again. 49ers will be up there. You know what I mean? The Falcons could be there depending on what happens with them dudes. Kirk Cousins and them. The biggest op we may run into is the Eagles, Will. And you know how I feel about them dudes, you know what I'm saying, when I see them not at fullback.
It's two teams. Philly and 49ers. That's
I want to see
where,
both of them.
Yeah.
I want to see both of them, Will, still. But the way I feel about this defense, if Kellen Moore just simply do what he just did last week 13 more times. Look, Will, it ain't got to be 49 points. It ain't got to be 49 points. Because in real life, cool, if you score 49 on the Bears, that'll even out. That'll be like, what, 36 against another team. Oh, well, what about a good defense? All right, well, take out that 36. Okay, cool. It'll be like, what, 28 against a good team? I'll take 28 points, Will, still. Let my defense do what it does. If this offense averages 28 to 35 points, I'm taking 10 of y'all to Golden Corral, and I'm not bullshit.
28 to 35. We were having a parade.
I'm taking y'all to either Golden Corral or the all-you-can-eat sushi spot, because y'all ain't finna run my bill up. But if we can pull them off, Will Steele, who stops this? And I don't want to be hyperbolic like that, right? Because it wasn't a lucky game. It wasn't like a Bears played bad. It wasn't like the Cowboys out-talented people. It's like, man, we schemed things and we were efficient and we didn't commit penalties, Will. We schemed things, we blocked up front, we were efficient, and we didn't commit penalties, Will. That's what we did, bro. But Voch, all that running that your O-line did versus the Bears D-line, can you do that against the Eagles D-line? Yes, we saw it happen. We got 4. Cut down on penalties. Catch the football. Be efficient. Let that defense do what it does. I'm going to cry when it happens in February, Will Steele. We just got to stay consistent, man. We just got to stay consistent and build them blocks, bro. Them blocks that we got to keep building, man. D-Law said, hey, man, I could have had 2 sacks today, bro. I'll fix it. That's what D-Law said, Will. We don't have a talent deficiency, Will, still. These are all things that can be fixed. These are either mistakes or like scheme shit. And scheme more so on Kellen's side. But defense is like mistakes and, run fits and shit like that. You know what I mean? D-Law said, man, I could have had it. Ain't gonna happen again. We'll look at the tape. We'll figure it out. Cool. Micah's gonna keep getting better and more healthy. That motherfucker hurt, Will. You wouldn't even know he hurt. Micah hurt.
They all playing with something.
You wouldn't even know he hurt. You had your young guys in there, bro. I could sit up here like, yo, man, I'm Cowboy Homer right now. But dog, you cannot deny the idea that your defense, who's still leading the league in sacks and pressures and shit, I think, or we up there, we top one or 2,
somewhere around there, yeah.
Somewhere around there. Our defense doing that. Let me ask you a question, Will, still. Our offense has been Zeke led. It's been Zeke 1, Tony 2. That's what it's been. Regardless of what cousin Tony, did yesterday, as spectacular as he was, Jerry Jones still hyped his ass on the interview, hyped his ass on the radio and said, hey, man, we're going to live and die by Zeke, man. We go as Zeke go. All right, cool. That's whatever. All right, cool. That's whatever, man. When I heard Jerry say that, I took my glasses off. I did it then, but I'm not going to do it now, Will, still. But I took my glasses off, man, and I was like, bro, I'm not taking Zeke off the field. Like, I don't want to get rid of Zeke. That's not going to be a thing. That's not going to be a thing, Will Steele. But Tony Pollard has proved to you what he can do with 15 touches. There should never be a game where Tony only gets 8, where Tony only gets 6, where Tony only gets, 9 and maybe like 2 targets. There should never be an opportunity. This situation where, damn, we running low on receivers. Well, shit, Tony need to be one of them, Will.
Yep.
Tony need to be one of them, Will. I'm not saying that Zeke needs to sit down. I'm not saying that we need Zeke. But I'm saying Tony needs 15 carries. Ain't we like undefeated when Tony get 15 carries or some shit? Ain't that the number?
It's a really good record when he touches it double-digit times, 10 carries or more. I think it's like maybe 1 or 2 losses.
So, Will, let me ask you a question, bro. We're not getting rid of Zeke, of course. We've always lived in this world where Tony was first and Zeke was second. Remember the Saints where like Kamara was first and Ingram was second? They both got their carries, but one was just featured more.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to shit on Zeke. I'm not ready to take carries from Zeke. I need Tony to get 15. Should this game have been enough evidence that possibly Tony could be the lead guy, but still not giving him bell cow work? Because people often tie those two together, right? Like they tie those two terms together. Quarterback, and Antoine just dropped $10 in my super chat. Twan, I'm lying. Zeke's the best. But listen, what I'm saying, Will, is this is just more of a, hey, let's just utilize the dude that's looking better right now. Zeke does different things than Tony. I ain't saying who's better. But Tony should be the lead guy, but Zeke should still get his carries, Will. Does that make sense to you?
I've been staying away from that.
What do you make of it?
I can care less about the lead guy in the sense of who's running better. If there's a hot hand in that game, like for instance, the Philly game, Zeke was doing his thing. Zeke had a feel in that game. Keep rolling with Zeke. In other games, like the Giants, it looked like Tony Pollard. It was a Tony Pollard type of game. I'm just of the ilk, Voch, that you need both of these dudes because you're a running team, running first team, and there's 17 games. You get into these playoffs. Most teams have multiple backs. This isn't 92 no more. So I've stayed away from that whole thing. You need both of these dudes. What you don't need is you don't need Zeke to carry it 25 times. What you don't need, you don't need to see Tony Pollard touch it. I was looking here at some of his carries. He's got 4 games with less than 10 carries. Like we can't have that. 4 games, right? So he has to be touching this ball, carrying the ball at least 12 times, right? Then he going to throw in 3 or 4 receptions because he's still a weapon. We talk about Alvin Kamara. We talk about Mark Ingram. What made them special is that they utilize Alvin Kamara as a pass-catching weapon. Go look at his rushing statistics. He really wasn't teeing off on the ground 1,000-yard, seasons on the ground. He was teeing off as a receiver and a rusher, though, and he was teeing off in the red zone, scoring touchdowns. So, I don't get in the middle of it because I think you need them both. But I get it.
Tony Pollard had 14 carries, which is right in line of what I think he should be getting. Malik Davis had 8. Kevontae Turpin had 1. CD had 1. Dak had 5. I thought Dak had 3. I don't know where the other 2 came from. I know one was a quarterback sneak. One was the
Niels. I think,
Niels.
if I'm not mistaken, I think they considered those rushes.
Well, that's whack as hell if that's the case.
I'm just
minus 1 yard. Yeah, minus 1 yard rushes. But if that's the case, right? Let's say that we take away one of Turpin's rushes, take away CD's rush, because I hated CD's rush. Turpin's rush was fun, but I hated CD's rush. And you take Malik Davis's rush and give them to Zeke, that's a cool day.
Right. I'm glad you brought that up because if you go, man, salute to Malik Davis. He filled in admirably. Like he did a good job. But 8 carries, 23 yards, right? Like if you give Zeke those 12 to 15 carries, like you said, the other, rushes, you're talking about Zeke's probably going to have, a good day too. So, man, both of them would have rushed for 250 if Zeke was playing too, I think.
Of course. And, just to be clear, audience, because there will be some people that say, well, Voch, did Did Tony take Zeke job? No. I just think, man, they just got to stop little boy and Tony like that, man.
Facts. Stop treating him like he a regular ass RB2. No, treat him as an equal.
Yeah. That's all I'm saying, man. We got 2 RB1s, and we need to treat him that way. That's all I'm saying, man. Tony looked incredible yesterday. On top of Tony looking incredible, the offensive line looked incredible. Them motherfuckers looked incredible. When in doubt, find 73, find 70. Find 78.
I'm about to say
you
78. Sure.
You find them 3 motherfuckers, you good to go. You find one of them, don't just run behind, Biotish and McGovern. You know what I mean? They did solid, but don't just run behind them. Find 73, 70, and 78.
But that boy Tony Pollard was making motherfuckers miss at the line and behind the line of scrimmage too.
I was impressed by his change of direction. I was impressed by his balance. Because people are trying to get hands on Tony, right? And people think that just like Tony's this scat back, this small, frail back, that when people get hands on him, he fall down. Tony run through tackles all the time, man. Tony run through tackles. Tony run hard. But then there's that burst on the back end, Will, still. I don't even know what this hand motion even mean, Will. That motherfucking...
Yo, when he changed direction, he loses no speed. There's certain qualities in players that make them special or make that quality special, right? That doesn't mean you're the best or whatever, or you're elite, whatever the word people want to use. But certain players have special qualities. And Tony Pollard's ability to change direction or cut on a dime and maintain his momentum forward it's hard. Because when you saw the tape, man, it just puts you in a bind as a defender because he can cut back and that angle you took is gone. That angle matters no more. And that's why he gets these big plays. Really, most of his big plays come from that.
Yeah. And, I think, and I just have a little bit of film pulled up. I'm just trying to see if this was the one that I'm looking for. Oh, shit, this is what I'm looking for. Will Steele, just please take your time. No rush when you get here. If you will go to Chicago defense versus Cowboys offense at the 12-minute and 9-second mark. Just that one Tony Pollard run. Can you pull that up for the people? Take your time getting there. No rush, but 12 minutes and 9 seconds if it's not too much trouble. That's the example that you mean. Go ahead.
I thought I had it up on. Hold on. I got all his runs. I just pull up his.
Okay. It's the
touchdown.
Shit. It's the Zach Martin. They were at the 19-yard line, the 18-yard line. I said Zach Martin because I wrote that in my notes. They were at the 19-yard line. It is the Zeke touchdown. 84 was at fullback. Sean McKeown was in the game. Okay, cool. Sean McKeown was at fullback. One wide receiver. CeeDee Lamb was outside the 20. He went in motion and he blocked the dude towards the end over there. That's the one. That's the one where Tony was really navigating, moving, and shaking, man.
Like of them, he did that.
It was a couple of them, but this one in particular made me throw my goddamn notepad.
What's the time?
Timestamp? 12:09.
All right, go ahead.
12 minutes and 12 minutes and 9 seconds. This was the one that made me get an understanding that Tony really has an idea of what he's seeing, right? Like his vision is there, and that movement, man, that weaving in and out. Also, too, I think when you go to the cartel view, you can actually see him looking like towards Zach Martin's direction. Yes, he's looking at Dak to make sure that the mesh point is good, but he's looking at that damn backside, where he ends up cutting back to. And bro, this is more than just, okay, well, there's Zeke, but Tony's the fast guy, right? It's more than that, bro.
No, this is the one where I said Tony Pollard took my man's ankles. And this is Eddie Jackson we're talking about here. This isn't no bum of a safety. Eddie Jackson's a pretty damn good safety, and he just took this dude's ankles.
Can we get flames in the chat box right now, please, for just what we doing right now, man? Us just having film on the go for y'all. Okay, yeah, this the one, Wilson. Go ahead, play that shit. Go ahead, run that shit.
Put that shit on.
Come on, Wilson. Look, dog. That's it right there, man. That is it right there, bro. What are we doing? And look, man,
this is the angle you really want.
The cartel view is the angle for sure. Like you got to give respect, bro, to the offensive line, man. But Tony being able to see it and weave it, navigate it, and cut and not slow down.
4 different directions. We're gonna go his step to the left, right? He's gonna cut back to the right. And he's gonna cut back to the left. He's gonna cut back to the right. Bro, and he loses no momentum. Like, I mean, granted, he doesn't get touched, but I mean, this is just crazy. He don't get touched because, excuse me, right there. You know, I dubbed this play also like these guys are fighting. Look at your tight end, 87. He's fighting, and CeeDee Lamb ain't Noah, but he just got to get in the way and to show some fight because without that fight, they get the tackle, right? And watch your boy Terrence Steele. This is the play that made me text you.
That's your cousin, man. That's your cousin.
Yeah, watch my cousin, bro. Watch how he just gets up, gets in front of number 90, and flips his hips. Oh,
this is really Terrence Steele's favorite block, though.
Yes.
Like backside blocks and down blocks, where he's just blocking people from the side. Those are Terrence Steele's 2 favorite blocks, man. Yep. And dog, if you just take Terrence and what he's doing and put it next to Zach Martin, where Zach Martin gonna just kill anybody he's up against, it's gonna be a lot of cutbacks in that direction, man. I love what we was able to do. Love what we was able to do in our run game, man. And then there's Dak Prescott, bro. Like we already talked about Dak. You know, we ain't got to get too crazy, man. But Dak probably he had like what? Let me pull up his numbers. Dak had
21 for 27, 250, but 284 yards total and 3 touchdowns.
I don't even remember 6 incompletions, Will, still. When them happened? I don't even remember.
Sporadically.
One was at the back of the end zone. Ferguson fell down again. One was on the 3 and out.
The interception.
One was intercepted. Yeah, and it was like one more towards the end of the game.
He dirted one in front of Tolbert on a pass rush just so he wouldn't get a sack. So
sack. Yeah. Bro, Dak Prescott, man. This is like when we talk about the Tony Romo plan, because everybody try to put him on the Garoppolo plan. Nah, he's not Garoppolo. Put him on the Tony. Those first 4 drives, Will. I'm like, man, there's no way Dak ain't got 400 yards. Like, it felt like Dak had 400 yards on the board, man. You know what I mean? But he was efficient. And then when we needed him to make a big boy throw, he made it. Then efficient. Hard count, somebody jump off sides, big boy throw the Dalton Schultz over the middle. Efficient. Dog.
And don't let nobody take away the fact that, because you know people gonna play. It's the Bears. The Bears were the 7th ranked scoring defense in the NFL. No team scored more than 22 points on them all year. Did you hear what I just said?
Come on, man.
No team has scored more than 22 points on them all year. They gave up 7 points, 14 points, 10 points, and 10 points this season, and 12 points. I'm sorry, 20 points this season. My apologies. They somebody scored 29. So no team scored more than 29. No team put up 30 yet until the Cowboys.
For sure. And like just for context, also like the 29-point game, that's like the Vikings when they rolling. You know what I mean? 49ers only scored 10 points on the Bears. The Packers scored 27 points.
Commanders 12.
You know what I mean?
Giants 20. Niners 10, like you said, yeah.
Like a lot of the ranks, and then this something else we got to do as a fan base, right? Just to kind of keep us healthy. We got to separate the like numbers from the rankings from the actual play sometimes. You know what I mean? Like teams can rack up a certain, number of like yardages or whatever. But like look at the games, man. Like look at the games and look at the point totals, bro. It's not like the Lions or something, right? The Lions got into a damn shootout every week. It was a 35 to 37 point game versus the Lions every single. That ain't what the Bears was doing.
But let it have been Cooper Rush. They'd had to clean their computers off right now watching this damn stream.
Oh, if it had been Cooper. If it was Cooper Rush. If it was Cooper Rush, sir. If it was Cooper Rush, where's this? But hey, man, but it's cool.
Dak, so it's just the Bears. Oh man, so corny.
But you know what? We just keep getting these charts on Twitter or whatever, right? You know, the best quarterback in the world charts where the worst dudes are at the bottom left and the best quarterbacks at the top right or whatever. Dak just comes in and he's having the most efficient games out of any quarterback in the league. Like he up there with Allen and Mahomes and them, dog. I ain't saying that he them dudes, but in terms of efficiency, Dak is up there. Now, do I need Dak to be 400-yard Dak best off? Nope, because I know what that feels like. But efficiency, every offense needs efficiency. This offense wasn't necessarily explosive in the passing game. Tony Pollard is explosive. That's different. But in the passing game, man, we was efficient, Will. We was just sharp. We caught passes, bro. We pass block. We was just efficient, bro. Give me 21 for 27, 250 yards, and 2 touchdowns all day. I'll take that. What else we got here?
I'll end on this. I said on Twitter, I think it's becoming evident if you're actually watching the film that Dak and Kellen Moore are starting to get a hold of the shell coverage / blueprint. You can see it. You can see it coming, man. You can see him getting a grasp of this thing.
There was a play where the Bears was, and you probably know the one I'm talking about, Will Steele, but there was a play where the Bears were, they was kind of, crowding things up a little bit. CeeDee Lamb came in motion. He ended up on the left side, and he ran like a little post route or whatever. It was just him one-on-one versus like Brisker. You know what I mean? Versus Brisker. Like we're getting this motion to figure out whatever coverage you in. Then once we figure out whatever coverage you in, like we got like 3 beaters for that coverage. CeeDee Lamb finds the mismatch. Or 2 more things, Will Steele. How about this? Let's go boom, boom, boom. Because I do not want to forget to talk about that. And how about our tempo, Will Steele?
Yep, that's one of the answers. Yeah.
How about our offense getting the fuck on the football and moving?
You know what I mean? We saw that at camp. Remember, we was like, "Yo, this is I didn't see this before," and we really didn't bring it out and think until week 3.
Yep. We saw it, and it's only so much you could do with Cooper Rush. Also, too, like tempo with Cooper Rush is different than tempo with Dak. You know what I mean? Like if you tempo with a lesser quarterback, that just means you get off the field quicker. You know what I mean? But if you hitting and you moving fast, oh, good luck to you, sir. Good luck to you. And also one more thing, when I really noticed the tempo, it was going into the second drive. Will, let me cut the music down so we can talk about this. Did you see the personnel package in the second drive that we hung in for like 8-9 plays or so?
Yeah, three wide receivers, 2 tight ends, no running backs.
Opposite, 3 tight ends.
Oh, 3 tight ends. I'm sorry, 2 wide receivers, no running backs. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm actually going to highlight this on my film session that's going to be dropping after the show, but also any minute now could be. You know what I mean? Just never know when. Goddamn film.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, I'm talking about that thing too. It was very interesting.
Very interesting. But what it was is we would always put Gallup on the one-on-one side. Like he'll always be singled by himself. Well, not always, but just hear me out. Gallup will be singled out. Lamb will be in the backfield. 3 tight ends on one side. And for the most part, the 3 tight ends were always on the one side. Cool. Next play, they switched it. 3 tight ends on the other side, Gallup on this side, Lamb in the backfield. Next play, they switched it again. Next play, Lamb went out to the outside receiver. Gallup ended up being an inside receiver. 3 tight ends on this side. What are we doing this for? Why are we doing this?
Dribble with a purpose.
100%, Mr. Wolf. The immediate answer is if you're the other team, if you're the Bears and you on defense and you see 3 tight ends trotting out, you're going to go, oh, shit, we need to make a substitution. We need to put some linebackers and some big dudes out there. They running 3 tight ends out there. Yes, we are running 3 tight ends out there. We'll line this bitch up and empty. Why is that important? Okay, well, 1 or 2 things are going to happen. Your linebackers are going to be in wide-ass space with our tight ends, or there's going to be a situation where one of your linebackers is going to be mismatched on one of our receivers. That's bad business for you. It didn't happen, Will Steele. Actually, I ain't got it written down.
They got a safety on one of those receivers.
They got a safety on, I know they had a linebacker on Gallup and they had a safety on Hendershot. But we didn't throw it to Hendershot because we was throwing it to Gallup on the other side. It was like one of those quick plays to Gallup. And Gallup had a game too, Wilson. Don't let me forget to talk about Gallup. Gallup seemed to be back in his groove, making his tough catches and things like that. But what you're doing is you're keeping three linebackers on the field because we're keeping 3 tight ends on the field. So now what you can do is you can mix and match that coverage. CeeDee Lamb in the backfield, he's treated as a running back. Who do running backs cover? Fucking linebackers. So if we catch them in the wrong coverage while we in that personnel set, we can go line CeeDee Lamb in motion out wide. A linebacker goes with him. That's a move. Or Peyton Hendershot, who's a tight end, but he's our receiving tight end, right? He's more of our vertical tight end, Will Steele, right? If we get him, if we get a mismatch, that's ball game. We can do our simple reads with Schultz and Ferguson and things like that, bro. But Roquan Smith ain't really the guy that's really like mismatch guy, right? Roquan can cover a little bit. That's cool. Where do we run across one of these teams that got a slow ass linebacker? Will still let one of these slow ass linebackers line up on CeeDee Lamb and see what happens. That's 7.
Any linebacker. I don't give a damn who it is.
That's fair enough. That's totally fair, Will still. Just some linebackers cover more than cover better than that. Like if it was Isaiah Simmons versus Hendershot, you own to something.
Oh,
but give me like
against CeeDee Lamb.
Against CeeDee Lamb for sure. But give me like Josie Jewell versus CeeDee Lamb. That's 7. That's 7 points. I don't give a fuck what you're talking about. So yes, that set in particular, when y'all go back and watch the film, or y'all watch my film session, or y'all watch some of the work of the great Will Still here.
We dropping tomorrow, baby.
He dropping his tomorrow. I'm dropping mine in a little bit. Just be sure to keep your eyes on that second drive, man. Keep your eyes on that second drive. Do we call that 03 personnel, Will?
I have no idea. Put on my little notes I have on screen. I just said 3 tight ends, 2 wide receivers, 0 running backs, series.
Because normally we would call it like empty ace, but empty ace would be more so 2 tight ends and 3 receivers. You know what I mean? So I don't know what the fuck we call. I mean, how many teams would go empty with 3 tight ends? Who does it?
But let me tell you how freaky Kellen got later in the game. He came out with it again, but he flipped it. Mm-hmm. He did 3 wide receivers, 2 tight ends, no running back.
Yep.
And he used Kavontae Turpin, starting him out wide, and then motioning him in the backfield at the snap. Like, Kellen was deep in his bag yesterday.
And what that means to me
was a tight end.
Yes. Shouts out to Sean McKinney. What I think that means, Will, still, is I think we're just setting things up for the future.
Dribbling with a fucking purpose, and I love it.
I think we're setting things up for the future, Will. And look, it's exciting because look, Will Still, all we got to do, bro, where my mouth said.
He made his first 10 bands, let's applaud the brother. If you do that 10 times, now you on it.
Do that shit 10 more, 13 more times, Kellen Moore. Bet you get you a raise. And look, after that, you go be what you want to be. You go look, boy. Kellen Moore win your Super Bowl, get you a raise. I don't care how good or bad he is next year. We got the bowl. Good.
It don't matter.
It don't matter at that point. You had a good take on defense and the illusion that we're getting our ass beating the run game. And I thought it was interesting, Will Still. Would you let the people know what your thoughts were on that? And then I'm gonna get into a little bit of Jonathan Hankins and what Damone Clark did. Go ahead.
I can't wait to talk about Jonathan Hankins, because boy,
Hankins so cool. But go ahead, Will. I'm gonna get that problem.
No, I was doing some numbers. Remember we linked up before the show. Yeah. My apologies, y'all. I don't know why that popped up. Because I'm like, are my eyeballs lying to me? I've been talking about this on my show all day today, Voch. Like, I just came away from this game like, I mean, if you're just going to run the ball with your running backs in a traditional manner, or even really an RPO, but you got to be way more creative in RPO than what the Bears were. I was like, I didn't think we did that bad. I mean, at least in a series of possessions that matter. And so I said, let me go chart this in the first half. The Bears running backs only averaged 2.75 yards per carry in the first half.
Right.
Their biggest plays, quarterback scramble, 15 yards.
Right.
Quarterback scramble, 14 yards. Quarterback scramble, 9 yards. Wide receiver ending around. And then the touchdown they got for Justin Fields was an obvious quarterback run. So I'm like, and I've been saying this for a while, I just feel like if you're going to do traditional running back stuff or running game stuff, I welcome it. Bring it on. Stretch, wide stretch, pitches, whatever. Bring it on. I'm cool with it. Now, if you're going to do some of that RPO stuff, if you're going to do some of that east-west, horizontal, eye candy stuff, at-snap, post-snap motion, that does give the Cowboys a little bit of trouble, mostly because, in my opinion, the linebacker position, they don't deal with it as well. Now, they did have a series in the second half where they had a 7-yard gain and a 12-yard gain for a touchdown. After that, I don't care what they did on the ground because the score was 23-42. So I don't care. Right. Game's over. You're down by 20. It really doesn't matter at that point with like 10 minutes left, 9 minutes left, whatever. But, yeah, I don't think they performed as bad as the numbers looked from a running back standpoint, where they got in trouble was with Justin Fields losing containment on that upfield shoulder, that outside shoulder. They kept trying to come inside, and he was escaping the pressure, and he was getting big yards. But I'm same way. I feel the same way about the run defense, Voch. Yeah, you got to be better, but unless you run into this style of rushing offense, I feel good. And I don't think you're running into a bunch of that until maybe the playoffs or week 16. You're not running into a whole lot of that, man.
Yeah. Yeah. And even if that's the case though, right? Like even if we do run into teams that do run efficiently, I would say that the two teams besides the Bucks, they were pretty good. But let's just say Eagles and Bears, a lot of those rushing yards came from quarterback.
Well, that's what I mean by rushing style. I don't care if you're run efficiently. No,
Exactly.
no knock to the Vikings. I welcome that style of rushing. We've played against that last year, and we did well. Ask Micah Parsons. I'm coming at Shaq because that's our guy. But Micah Parsons was everywhere in that game. But and Kirk Cousins is not running.
No.
Jonathan Taylor, salute to you, but Sam Ehlinger ain't running on you. Yeah.
Right. D-Law, and I've said this already, but I'll just say it again. It's no problem. Some people may have just tapped in right here. Let me see how many people we got, watching live before we get going here. We got, you got about 1,213, about 1,200 people watching live. Okay, cool. A little bit. On a Monday, some light work, love it to pieces. Like we said earlier, with D-Law's comments, because there's about 500-600 of y'all came in later, whatever. It's cool. A lot of these things can be fixed, right? And I think Dan Quinn is to be trusted with adjustments. You know what I mean? I think early in the season, we ran into quarterbacks kind of running and getting first downs or whatever, but we had pinned their offense in such a hole that it didn't matter. Like Daniel Jones running, Joe Burrow running, Carson Wentz running didn't mean anything because the rest of their offense was so pinned down that Dan was like, hey man, look, if all you're gonna do is run and get 6 yards and God bless you, get 7, 8 yards, run, you know what I mean? But we're gonna beat your ass everywhere. You can't run every play. Good luck to you. You know what I mean? So what I think now is gonna happen, and we saw this in the game. One time Dan Quinn was like, he was a little pissed off and Justin Fields tried to run around a little bit, and Donovan chased Justin ass down and smacked the shit out of him, and that was just hilarious to see. I'm like, finally somebody getting pissed off about you running quarterback. I think Dan Quinn will fix this problem. If it's anybody I trust, Dan Quinn and these players that Mike McCarthy calls self-scouting. Can we get Mike McCarthy just a little bit? We always hear these terms, man. We always hear these terms, these words that just reoccur from everyone, right? Self-scout. That's a signal that your head coach is, implementing a proper culture here, right? At some point, these players are going to look at the tape. Micah Parsons is going to be another one of these guys because he's super competitive. J. Ron's going to be a guy. D-Law's they're going to look and see how to fix their own problems. Then Dan Quinn's going to come in with his Dr. Doom shit, you know what I mean? With his overall genius, and just one day that problem won't exist anymore. The problem won't exist anymore.
Unfortunately, Voch, I gotta be real here.
Please.
We living in the hope creed. And I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like to live in it. And it's only because we haven't seen the answer yet. So we just gotta hope that Dan Quinn finds the answer. But like you said, if it's one dude, one person on this staff that I trust to find it, and I'm a blindly living that hope creed, it's Dan Quinn.
But see, Will, that's fair. I said this on my post-game show. If we up here hoping for Kellen Moore, I'd be damned. I'd be damned. You know what I mean? I don't want to hope for Kellen Moore to keep doing this thing. I hope he does. I think if it's somebody we could trust, man, Dan will fix it.
That's fair.
Dan will fix it, bro. But did you see Jonathan Hankins though? God damn. That's your front office fixing it right there. Goddamn front office fixing it right there. Chat, I know we ain't used to a whole bunch of 350-pound people on this team playing D-line that's good. That's just something we haven't seen a whole bunch of, right? Chat, when you watch Jonathan Hankins, one of two things are going to happen, right? you're either going to double team him and your linebackers will run free. And we saw what happens with that. Van Der Esch had a little bit of freedom. Anthony Barr played solid for him to fuck his hamstring up this game. You know what I mean? Well, while he was in, a little bit. Damone Clark had a couple of fun plays. J-Ron Curse at linebacker had a couple of fun plays. But then there's the other thing that happens with Jonathan Hankins, right? If you get cute and thinking that you could just leave somebody one-on-one with Jonathan Hankins, that shit ain't cute. That shit's not ideal for the offensive line. I saw Jonathan Hankins on 3 different occasions, Will Steele. I give you timestamps. I saw Jonathan Hankins punch a child in the chest after being left one-on-one with him. And his world stopped. Remember when Thanos went, you should have went for the head, fop! And the world went. That happened to the center on multiple occasions. Y'all gonna have to watch this on film. I saw the center cuss out the guard with his eyes for going, bro, why'd you leave me on this motherfucker, man? Why'd you leave me here with him? Because look, when they double
up, man.
Because look, when you double teaming Hankins, it looks fine for a little bit. But in traditional combo rules, somebody got to go off and block the linebacker. The guard to leave, like, all right, I'm gone. Another time, they just line Hankins up at 0. Nobody helped the fucking center. And I'm like, damn. And look, Will, still, the best part about it, every time Jonathan Hankins make a tackle or he gets in on the tackle, somebody's still draped up on him, right? It's like somebody's still trying to block him. He's just going, all right, come on, bro, let's go together.
There was one where he was basically getting doubled. It was singled up, then it was a combo block. And it wasn't until that combo block knocked him off a little bit, but he still didn't fall. And he still made the tackle with a dude hanging on him. Like, he is definitely a different. Matter of fact, it was a play with him and what's your boy Bohanna next to each other. 700 pounds of human right there. And man, he's an impressive run guy. Surprised he played that many downs. We don't want to see him do that too often. But I think he's going to make a difference from a traditional standpoint. But if you're going to go east-west, I mean, he's not going to be a guy that's going to chase you like that.
Paul says, how do you know all this, Voch? Voch plays center. Yeah. I've been on many Thanos snaps before. It ain't fun. It ain't fun, William. So this is my whole thing, though, bro. This is more this is more reps that go on film. It's more reps that go on film. I hope people don't think that it's a good idea to just be out here single blocking Jonathan Hankins, because if you do, we'll win. We'll win. You have to double team Jonathan Hankins. And if teams recognize that by double teaming Jonathan Hankins, for one, that's an extra thing that you have to account for on this defense that need all the account for in the world, right? But if you actually double team Jonathan Hankins like you're supposed to, hopefully our linebackers start to look a little better, man. Van Der Esch had a hell of a end of the last season. Let's see if Van Der Esch continue to get better. We got a guy like Jonathan Hankins in front of us, right? Chat, let's just be clear, man. Jonathan Hankins ain't what he used to be, man. He ain't the dude that's gonna be that every down one tech for you, or that first and second down consistent one tech for you. It's gonna be a big ass rotation with Jonathan Hankins involved. I would love to know why Tristan Hill was the guy that was inactive this week, but we'll talk about it one day.
He ain't run guy. That's easy.
That's fair enough. Jonathan Hankins is, though. And I think we saw that, Will. I think we saw that. You said your thoughts about Jonathan Hankins. D-Law had another great day versus the run. He's D-Law. Damone Clark was fine. You know what I mean? He made a couple of plays that I thought were interesting. One was it was like an outside zone run to the right side, and then another it was actually a big play on the offense, but we got a chance to see how fast Damone Clark actually was. You know what I mean?
20 miles an hour. Good Lord.
His ass can run, ladies and gentlemen. But he wasn't super duper impressive. But this is his debut game. He was only supposed to play some goddamn special teams, and Anthony Barr hamstring went bad and they threw him right in the fire. But I guess that just says what this team feels about Damone Clark and how little they feel about Jabril Cox. So Just that, Will Steele. You know, we ain't seen Brillo. Brillo been here for a minute. Brillo had a whole offseason, a training camp a little bit. We ain't seen nothing from Brillo. Well, he got hurt for a little bit, but he was there for a little bit. We ain't seen nothing from Brillo, man. You think that he's just a guy that ain't about to play at all, Will Steele, or we'll maybe see him next year when Van Der Esch and Barr gone?
Oh, we'll definitely see him when Van Der Esch and Barr is gone. But I keep saying every week, I would love to ask the question, hey, what's up with Jabril? I mean, we all would love to know what's going on with it.
Yeah. Fair enough, Mr. Wolf. That's all I got for y'all on my end, man. Fantastic Cowboy W. Fantastic win for us today. I mean, yesterday. Hey, man, enjoy the win, y'all. Enjoy the win. Don't get caught up in all the fights, man. Let me do that. Let me fight that fight for you. Then let some other Cowboy YouTubers fight the other fights for you. But y'all just enjoy your W's, man. Enjoy your W's. Shouts out to Ben and the Butcher. Let's get into the phones, man. Let's get into the phones and see what y'all talk. Now, phones, y'all had to hurry up, man. You know what I mean? The time running, you know what I mean? Phones, I had to get y'all up out of here real quick now. You know, shit, it's 4:12. So let's see how many people we got on the horn here today. Ooh, let me hurry up while they're getting good.
The conference has been locked.
Can't get nobody else in, but it's cool. We're gonna let y'all rock. Let's get Reek on the phone. See what he talking about. What up, Reek?
Hey, what's going on, Voch? What's going on, Sky?
Man, cool in my
good Cowboy win.
I'll let you talk. Go ahead.
Good Cowboy win. Dak looking pretty good again, man. Offense looking, like you said, efficient.
Yep.
I don't understand why a lot of us Cowboy fans are surprised. This is the same Tony Pollard we should have seen last year in the goddamn all playoff game. What the hell is you resting this dude week 17 for if you're not going to play him like that in the damn playoffs when it counts?
Right.
That's the shit that got me mad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but on the other note, I'm happy for Tony Pollard. Sure. I'm happy that he was able to let the world know, like, yeah, I'm up in the building too. And they need to quit playing with him and give him the damn ball.
Right, the ball.
You know what I'm saying? Because Zeke can't do that no more. He can't do that, put his foot in the dirt and go like that. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I do like the Alvin Kamara and Ingram idea because it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? These guys need to get either equal carries or whoever's a high hand needs to get the more of the carries in a certain game at certain times, you know. I'm gonna be the first one to say this. Van Der Esch, I'm gonna give him his props. He made a hell of a play today. And
Rick, listen, man. I had no faith that you was gonna say something. Look, Rick, I was actually about to mute the phone and ask. I was about to say to Will, I was about to say, Will, watch this, and I was about to get you to say something nice about Van Der Esch, but goddamn it, you said it, boy. You look. Shouts out to you, man.
Man, that hurt him.
That hurt you. You did not want to say that,
man. I said, hey, man. When somebody, I'm a part of. I'm a fan, man. When I see him do good, and if certain players I feel like they need to step their stuff up, do good, I'm gonna call it. Man. He did good yesterday. He made
a good play. Listen,
and Micah Parsons made an even better play after he made the hell of a play. You know what I mean? So shouts out to the defense, man. I really think that we do have some things to clean up, but I feel like we headed in a good direction. You know what I mean? And I really believe if we run this damn ball, we might not need to go get another wide receiver. But if they got a chance to go get another dynamic receiver and put him on this team, or a good receiver just to put on this team, I'm not gonna be mad. Yeah, that's all I gotta say, man.
Good call. Good call. Hey, man, boy, Reek was hurting, man. Reek ain't want to say that, man. Reek ain't want to say something positive about. He tried to give Micah credit for Van Der Esch play.
He said, and one more thing. All I gotta say is,
I know. Like, man, if I don't, man,
LVE made a play, but Micah Parsons made a better play after. Wait, run that back, Rick.
That motherfucker did not want to say nothing nice about Van Der Esch, boy. God damn, Rick, shit. But Micah made a better play. Did you see? Dog, come on, son. Micah, dog, I was laughing at Justin Fields so hard. He's gonna jump over Mike and not touch him.
Oh gosh, that took away from the play, bro. Because I'm like, what a great play by Micah, but what an idiotic play by Justin Fields.
Will, I wonder if Micah knew he scored a touchdown. Because, when they get turnovers, they just run to the end zone to celebrate. Did Micah know?
Yeah, he knew.
That
because he got up and he said they were saying, go, 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 go. And he was like, I went. So he knew.
Huh. Okay, cool. I was about to say, it looked like he got up and jogged around, but then he sprinted in the middle of it. You know what I mean?
That's what happened. He got up and thought he said I was about to celebrate. And then he heard the team saying, go score. Yeah. So he took off.
Ain't that some shit? Let's get DC on the phone. Damon, what up, man?
What's going on, y'all?
Cool, my guy. What you got for the show?
Man, Kellen Moore bag was so funky yesterday. It was like it was full of dirty draws, boy.
Come on, man. What you got, brother? What you Kellen did well, man. Kellen did well, bro. I'm not gonna knock him.
Boy, you know that bag was funky.
I don't know nothing about dirty draws, sir. I got detergent in my house. But talk to me about your Cowboys.
Hey, man, I just wanted to say, man, I don't have one negative thing to say about the game yesterday, man. I actually like the fact that the defense had to deal with some adversity, and I actually love the fact that the Bears kept running the ball because towards the end of the season, those are going to be some of the teams that we're going to have to face, and we're going to have to fix those run fits, But I'm a big fan of what we did yesterday, man. I thought the offense was clicking. I thought the defense did their thing, and sometimes I like for us to get scored on every now and again just so it makes Dan Quinn adjust, and it kind of wakes the defense up a little bit. I think a lot of times we walk into a game expecting to roll over right away. But I love the fact that, we had to deal with another mobile quarterback, and it gives us another look at somebody who's going to be like somebody who's going to be in the similar vein of Jalen Hurts. But one thing I do want to say, man, is I don't understand why the Cowboys wouldn't offer something like the Ravens did for Roquan Smith, a second and a fifth, and we could have moved LVE or Anthony Barr about the middle, and we would have had an even more dynamic linebacker core. But that's all I got, man. I'm going to get out the way. Slater Sweat Gang all day.
Appreciate you, DC. Good call, man. Good call. Let's see.
I'd have definitely gave their ass Leighton Vander Esch. One of them.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm never going to be happy that some team going crazy on our defense.
That was interesting.
I like when they score against. I don't.
Yeah, I want them to score so we can what?
So we can learn lessons from it. No. If it happens, it happens. Let's get Steve on the phone. What up, Steve?
Hey, Voch, Sky. I hope you guys are having a blessed day.
100%.
Enjoying that water.
Hell yeah. What you got for the show, brother?
All right. So just for the people that want to be Dak haters, basically fuck them, first of all, because our QB number one is unlike any other quarterback in this league.
Fuck him.
He was out 5 weeks, and he did not miss one rehab. He did not miss one practice. He didn't miss one position meeting. He couldn't be on the field. So you know what our QB1 was doing when the other players were out practicing?
Mm-hmm.
He was out there helping the team's Bobby Boucher bring the players water and Gatorade. That is our QB1. There's not another QB1 in this league that would have been doing that.
Right.
So can we get for our QB1 a war call and a Don DeMarco?
Don DeMarco. Just for you, my guy.
Thank you, gentlemen. Have a great day and love your show.
Good call, player. Well, still, we're just content kings, man. I'm just glad that, sometimes we can say shit before shit happens elsewhere. You know what I mean? Because it just proves that we do the work. It just proves that we put in the work and we we just understand what's going on. Nate Tice is tweeting about the Cowboys' 03 personnel. You know what I mean? He was just talking about the no huddle, 6 straight plays that we did versus the Bears or whatnot. But that was quote tweeted by Ben Fennell. Ben Fennell's a draft dude, Packers guy. Ben Fennell says there were 5 snaps of 03 personnel used in the entire NFL before Sunday. Cowboys used it 6 consecutive plays. Kellen's on his way, man. Kellen's on his way, bro. Kellen's on his way. We are just anytime we doing some shit nobody else is doing, anytime we doing some shit that we borrow from college, anytime. Come on, son. Now, Will, if you want to see some like tempo, you ain't really college football guy for real. Until they draft
stupid tempo in college.
Will, still, I want you to watch. You can go on fucking YouTube and find like a 10-minute, condensed game. Go watch Tennessee versus Kentucky and watch how fast Tennessee gets on the football.
I actually watched not every second, but almost all of that game because I went and played poker, and they had the game on. So I'm sitting here in between hands watching that game. But I'll go back and look at the tempo you talking about though.
Will Steele, they'll hand the ball off. And as the running back is like still running, the quarterback and the receiver looking back for the plays. And then the running back gets down, the running back run past quarterback, the quarterback tell the plays to the running back, they running another play before the damn before the ref can even place the ball, Will Steele. I need that in my veins.
We seen that before.
Sir, that fast?
His name is Chip Kelly. And that shit got played out real fast in the league.
That's fair enough, but Chip Kelly wasn't successful. So when you run three bad plays fast, that's just 3 and out fast.
That's what I was getting at. What happened was the league caught on to his ass, and it was like, oh, y'all just gonna go, get off the field quicker. Cool.
You at least gotta have successful plays.
You gotta have a bag. You definitely gotta have a bag.
Gotta get in that bag. Did Voch talk about the pick? I heard Scott earlier. We on the same page? No, I mean it was a pick that got taken away off of a BS penalty. Or you talking about the Dak Prescott pick?
I think you talking about that one.
Well, that's on CeeDee Lamb, but did you want to touch on that, Will?
I'm going to break it down in depthly tomorrow. So if y'all want to tune in for that, you can. But I said this earlier. Dumb call. Hate it. I don't know why we're running that play. You shouldn't be doing that. But it was there.
Hey Will, it was wide fuck open. It was wide open, Will. Still, look, it was some space.
I hate it. I hate the fact. I wish, honestly, this is 100%. I wish it was just a terrible throw, overthrew it, underthrew it, or something crazy tipped. I wish it was that. That way it can be cut and dry. That wasn't the case. He should have never even tried to go for that. Run the ball, get out of there. And Dak, Dak was feeling it at that point in time. He wasn't missing. So he's like,
I can make all these shits. Ooh.
And he got what he wanted out of it. He's like, all right, I got, I think it was a running back or whoever it was, the tight end, got the linebackers to bite up. Yeah. CeeDee Lamb was supposed to run that post. Mm-hmm. It looked like an oast. Forgot to pee in it. Motherfucker rounded that motherfucker.
That motherfucker.
And then he said, "Oh, that ain't coming to me. Oh, it is coming to me."
Yeah. He said,
Yeah. So he should have threw it. I would have been like, "Nah, Kellen, we ain't doing this, man."
But chat, not only was it a good play from the free safety, just like Will still said, the shit was there. It was right there.
Oh, man, I wish it wasn't.
Oh, I know, right? Last call for the day, 609. What's up? Who this?
Oh, this is Kevin, man. How y'all guys doing today?
What up, Kev? What you got for the show? Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet y'all too. It's my first time calling. A few things that I just was thinking about as I was watching you guys on YouTube. One, Tony Pollard, as far as elite, to me, is his change of pace, his speed. As far as him stopping and going, like his speed from stopping and going is like immaculate to me. Mm-hmm. Watching him play and then watching Zeke play, it's a yin yang. Like Zeke, power back, like you guys said, and his blocking ability is elite to me.
Yeah.
So that's why I think they keep him. Like they keep it that way because we pass a lot, even though we should be running more than we passing. We do pass typically like second, first, third down sometimes even. But I think Tony Pollard would just be better off like getting those 15 touches, like you said, because he's one of those, okay, he might get like 1 yard here, 2 yards there, but when he hits, he's gone. Like there's nobody touching him. He's out of there.
Yeah.
There's one other thing that I know it's gotta be quick. Our speed on defense, man, is crazy. Like Damone Clark is probably one of the best guys on the defensive side right now.
And also, Donovan Wilson, that's the last thing I wanted to say.
Yeah.
His ability to shed blocks and attack the runners, he's great at tackling and shedding blocks. That's something I see poking out every time I watch him play.
Sure.
But that's all I had, guys.
Hey man, you ain't lied yet, man. Our defense is fast defense I've seen it. We just got, and just based on Bar getting his hamstring hurt, we just got a little faster. So that's just that. How long you been watching our show? Because you sound like you have been watching our show very long. Have you just found us recently?
No, honestly, to be honest with you, I've been watching you for a few years now.
Oh, well, never mind. Okay.
First time calling.
Okay, then. Well, shit, Kev. I just put you down platinum. Next time you call in, we'll know it's you. Appreciate you, man.
I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good one.
Yes, sir. Somebody getting held accountable in the chat box there. I ain't gonna talk crazy to nobody. I ain't gonna just see y'all self-regulating yourself. That's hilarious. Let's get into some supers, and me and Will Steele are gonna clock out and all that good shit. Here we go. Me and Ms. Nate got to go get pedicures and shit, so I might do Patreon when I come back tonight. You know what I'm saying? After my mani pedi. Let's see. Let's get into some supers, y'all. Let's get into some supers. I just love when y'all just come through and watch, man. It just brings tears to my eyes. It brings tears to my eyes that y'all just support us and hold us down for the Doski Woski Piece of Week. You know what I mean? Got you. And we're gonna pull you up. And then after that, we're gonna go to the chat box. So if you talked up your anytime minutes anytime and you couldn't tap in with the show directly, we will hear from you. Volume side first. Let's see the super chats on the volume side. What's today? 31st? Here we go. On the volume side, Dub Jr. dropped a deuce in the super chat and says, why not a young coordinator, Kendall Browse, or Levy? He dropped another dub in super chat, says, Matt Rule about to go get a lot of money to coach at college, dog.
Matt Rule for what? Oh, defense.
To come be an offense coordinator, I think.
Oh, offense.
So that's what he said.
I thought he was a defense. He's an offense guy?
He's a defensive guy.
I thought he was.
Yeah, I don't know. Appreciate you, Dub Jr. Twan dropped the deuce and said, he dropped the dime and says, Voch! I said Zeke name and he dropped his dime and said, Voch! Then Twan came and dropped another dub and said, it's all good. I respect it. Yo, Twan, we love Zeke. We want Zeke to get all his carries. I just need Tony to get 15. That's it. That's all. We don't wipe these 304s. Drop 5 and says, why is it when Dak loses, they say it's his fault? But when Rush loses, they tell people that we lost. It's an excuse. Well, some people just hate Dak, but I want you to stay focused. We don't wipe these 304s, which is hoes. I want you to stay focused, Doc. Please stay focused. Don't listen to the naysayers, man, because you'll be arguing all day. It's gonna be somebody on the internet talking, well, Dak Prescott overthrew Gallup in the end zone. All right, dog. All right, bro.
One of those Super Cooper Trooper Troopers, whatever, Super Cooper Trooper Dupers, they popped their head back in here real quick and they dipped. But let Dak have a bad game. Boy, he gonna be flooding that chat like a roach. Just the lights come on.
Yeah, they'll be back. Cooper Rush would have lost to the Bears, man. Sajid, actually, no, Sierra. What's up, CC? She dropped a 5 in the super chat just for the love. She ain't had nothing to say. She just wanted to show support. You know, we putting film and shit all on the screen. You know what I mean? We got top tier analysis, top tier film breakdown, the best in the business. CC just wanted to draw, you know what I'm saying? Throw a lit 5 in the super chat, get a lit sandwich. Appreciate you, CC. Salute. Good call. Sajid dropped a 5 and says, how we doing, y'all? Enjoying this Victory Monday from Jersey. Mm-hmm. Zeke and Tony are RB1. Let me read that properly. Zeke and Tony are RB1. I'm tired of the negativity from Cowboy fans to Zeke. Indubitably. 100%, Mr. Wolf. Even though, as good as Tony was yesterday, we ain't never said anybody's blocking.
It's hilarious that, you know, because we're putting a spotlight on Zeke or Tony today, like the people that are, I don't even know what the word to use, bro, but like listen, we all like both of these running backs, but it's, wait, don't forget about Zeke. No, we're not forgetting about Zeke, man. Tony Pollard had a great game, you know. And let's not get it twisted. Y'all was the same people talking about Tony Pollard can't do X, Y, Z. So just relax. Zeke and TP are better than Zeke or TP, in my opinion. I think both of them combined make an excellent duo in the league.
Where you get that from, Wilson? You said that yourself? That's you?
I've been saying it for like a year and a half, 2 years now.
I'm not a good friend. Zeke and Tony are better than Zeke or Tony. I love that. I'm a terrible friend. It's all good. Chris 214 says, trade for Hunter Renfrow or Damiere Byrd. Maybe not Damiere Byrd, because we have a guy like Damiere Byrd. His name is Cavante Turpin. We do not have a Hunter Renfrow. Will Steele, would you give up a 6-round pick, Hunter?
But see, Voch, I'm biased. I love slot receivers. I want one of those dudes that get open real fast and et cetera, et cetera. We don't have that. We use Lamb in the slot way different, bro. We use Lamb in the slot downfield. And all that underneath stuff is done with tight end Dalton Schultz.
And that's what Dak is good at. Dak is good with the route running guys, you know what I mean? With the get open quick guys, the down under guys, you know? Hector Hugo dropped a dime and says, what we need the most is for Lamb to be a consistent playmaker. Come to the ball. He's running the design routes and rarely adjusting as needed. A true wide receiver one comes to the ball like a true 88. Yo, Hector, to be fair, I don't need 88 to be great. I don't need CeeDee Lamb to get 100. I don't need him to get 150 yards a game. I know what that's like already. I've been there before. I know what that feel like. I would love for CeeDee Lamb to come back to the football, though. I would love for CeeDee Lamb to be more aggressive in his routes and running with urgency. I would love for CeeDee Lamb to not let us get the ball intercepted going into the half. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. But I am not comparing CeeDee Lamb to Dez Bryant. It wouldn't be fair. I'm not comparing CeeDee Lamb to Michael Irvin or Drew. He probably better Drew. I'm not comparing. You know what I mean? I'm just not in that game, man. I just want 13 more. I want 13 more. That's my only. You know what I mean? I don't need nothing else. Toxic Tom Downey burner account says, Voch, who you got in game 3 tonight? Astros or Phillies? Let me tell you something. Me and Ms. Nate, I've been taking her out a lot. I just noticed this. I got a lot of stories about us eating somewhere.
You going?
I took to the game?
To a game. Basically. Man, it's in Houston, dog.
Go fuck. Look.
Hold on, we went to the Mavs. We don't even like the Mavs, bro.
No, give a look. I took Nate to Wild Wings, right? And she was looking at me. And look, she loved watching Cowboys with me now. She gets stressed out watching Cowboys now. But cool, shouts out to her. But the baseball game was on while we was at Wild Wings, and she looked at me and said, so you watch baseball? I say no. And she was like, why you don't like baseball? And as soon as she said that, somebody hit a home run, and I was like, you see that? And she was like, yeah. She was like, what just happened? I'm like, exactly. Even highlights in baseball is trash, bro.
I used to love it, man. I used to love it. I played it for a long time, but I grew out of it. The love just left. I don't know, man. It got boring as I got older. Because
you kept falling asleep watching that motherfucker. Now look, if I'm playing baseball, that's cool. If I have a child that plays baseball, I'm watching baseball. But dog, I'm just looking at TV. I'm falling asleep on that shit every time, man. Every time, Will Steele.
It's a different game. It's a slower game. It's a thinking game, strategy.
Like chess, I don't fall asleep on chess. I would rather watch chess. I would rather watch pro arm wrestling. I would rather watch pro slapping competition. You ever seen the slap competitions?
Oh, that's entertaining. Hell yeah.
I'd rather watch the slap competition than the goddamn championship baseball.
Honestly, I would welcome back the steroid era where they didn't give a damn and everybody was just hitting 40, 50 home runs.
Of course.
I'm not a baseball purist. I don't give a damn about steroids. You let them all shoot them up and hit 70 home runs a year.
Shoot that shit up. Walk around with arms this big, just swinging baseball bats for sure.
Hey,
Shouts out to the home.
Well, nothing like the Barry Bonds era, man, when he was shooting up. Oh, that was wonderful.
At least I know who the hell Barry Bonds. I don't know who the hell play baseball now. Shouts out to the homie Ross, in which we follow the same people on Instagram. Salute to you, sir. He dropped a dub in the super chat. Just wanted to say I'm proud of you, bro. That's hometown. That's Natchez. Proud of you, bro. Keep doing your thing, cuz. Appreciate you, sir. Appreciate you, sir. And I appreciate everybody that's tuning into the show, man. It's been a fun one. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me and Will Steele. And to be fair, you can still be anywhere in the world as long as you got your headphones. I mean, you just carry us with us. So I appreciate you regardless. Be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. I'm going to attempt to watch both films on Patreon tonight, offense and defense. So be sure to tap in with me. I'll probably be watching that while Bengals and Browns are on after me and Miss Nate get the Manny Patty. So be sure to go to patreon.com/Voch Lombardi. I'll be going in depth. And then when I finish watching my O-lineman, I'll give my O-line rankings. I'll text Will Steele and tell him how good his first cousin is doing, because he's the first cousin now. Follow me on Twitter, VOCHLOMBARDI, my non-football platform, twitch.tv/Voch Lombardi. I might pick up Call of Duty and go play Call of Duty on Twitch or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll cross that road whenever we get there. Follow Master William at Skywalker Steele, SKYWALKERSTEELE on all the social medias, and A to Z Dallas in the morning on YouTube around 8:30-ish. He'll be tuned in for y'all. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all to pieces. With that being said, y'all hold it down for the Doshki Rushki and the Peasky Whiskey, man. Salute. Volume.
There you go.
Beats Planet.